Thanks, Wolf, and good evening, everyone. Tonight from Portsmouth, New Hampshire. Tonight, a conversation with Donald Trump that turns a bit contentious. At issue, his role in stoking the so-called birther debate and his self-congratulatory tone today after President Obama did a major about-face and released a birth certificate he had refused to make public for more than 2 years. Here it is, right here. And yes, it's the long form. Yes, it shows the president was born in Hawaii, August 4th, 1961, 7:24 p.m., if you care about such things. Constitutionally qualified to be president. End of story. And we hope, end of conspiracy theories. It was, though, for the president, a remarkable change of heart and strategy. One the president says he decided to take after watching, in his view, the so-called birther debate drown out serious coverage of the giant issues facing the country, including the economy, deficit reduction, and high gas prices.
We're not going to be able to do it if we just make stuff up and pretend that facts are not facts. We're not going to be able to solve our problems if we get distracted by sideshows and carnival barkers.
In a moment, the reasons for the big White House strategy shift. But first, Mr. Trump, the man the president had in mind when he talked of sideshows and carnival barkers. Mr. Trump is here in New Hampshire today, introducing himself to Republican leaders and voters, saying he expects to formally enter the 2012 presidential race in June. Now, self-promotion is a Trump trademark. And when he landed here this morning, he was beaming.
Today, I'm very proud of myself because I've accomplished something that nobody else has been able to accomplish. I was just informed while on the helicopter that our president has finally released a birth certificate.
Now, Mr. Trump mixed bragging with a bit of revisionist history, suggesting it was us in the news media somehow forcing him to question whether President Obama was born here in the United States.
We can get on to issues, and hopefully when I sit down with interviews, people don't start talking about birth certificate, like they've been doing. So I feel I've accomplished something really, really important, and I'm honored by it.
Now, we're here in beautiful Portsmouth tonight because we scheduled an interview with Mr. Trump several days ago, well before we had any clue the president would make his birth certificate public. Mr. Trump told us this afternoon he wanted to cancel that interview. He accused CNN of being unfair to him in recent days. We don't think that's true, although we are proud of our consistent reporting showing the birther conspiracies to be bogus. In the end, though, Mr. Trump did agree to sit down and talk. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
You said today that you're honored and proud. That
Very honored and proud.
The president released this.
Very good. I'm very happy about it. I think I've been given great praise by the press, and I'm honored to have... Look, he should have done this years ago. He didn't do it for Hillary Clinton. He didn't do it for John McCain. He did it for me. The fact is I get things done. And I don't understand why he didn't do it a lot sooner, John, but he didn't, and it's a shame.
Are you at all maybe a little embarrassed for stoking what many in the country see as a foolish debate?
No, I think I really did a great job in getting him to... I mean, first of all, I haven't seen it. You're just... I'm looking at that. It doesn't... I'll look at it later. Right. I don't need to look at your copy. But I hope everything's perfect, and I've been saying that very consistently. I hope that he has it. I don't understand why he didn't do it years ago when Hillary Clinton wanted it, when Bill Clinton wanted it, when John McCain wanted it.
Some supporters of Hillary Clinton circulated an email asking him to release it. I don't recall Senator Clinton or President Clinton ever asking him.
I heard everybody wanted to see it, and I was the only one that got him to do it, and nobody understands why he didn't do it sooner, and he should have, because it would have been good for the country. And it's also good for me, and I've been given great credit for having him do something that he should have done and should have done a long time ago. But what I like about it, it allows me to get onto subjects like China ripping us off because they are just absolutely brutalizing and abusing this country, like OPEC, what they're doing to the price of oil, and nobody talks to them, nobody calls them. Saudi Arabia 3 days ago, just as you know, they really cut back on their oil production, meaning let's raise the price some more. And people are going to be paying $6, $7, and $8 for their gasoline. And it's really a shame. And excuse me, John, and I'm really happy that we can finally get onto that subject because that's my strength. Jobs, the economy, getting OPEC to behave. We have all the power. Getting OPEC to behave. They don't respect our leadership.
But you raised this, saying the president should release this.
No, you raised this.
Question. No, I did not raise this. I didn't call a press conference in Palm Beach earlier this week.
Excuse me. You raised this.
Shows.
And every time I sit down with the press, all they want to talk about is the birth certificate. And I got him to do something that nobody else could get him to do. And I've been given great credit for that.
You raised this issue of his credibility, that if he had it, he should release it.
Absolutely.
There are some people who question yours in the middle of all this. The other night you went on Anderson Cooper and you said your investigators told you it was missing or it wasn't there.
Excuse me.
What was that based on?
Excuse me. Very simple. I have people looking into it. Now I don't have to have the people. I can call them back. I hope. I mean, I haven't seen this, and I'm sure that a lot of experts will analyze it.
Would you ever pay them if serious people told you it was missing or not there? Here it is.
Would I pay them? I don't know. Maybe I'll let you negotiate for me, okay? I can say this, John. Let me just tell you. I don't make up anything. Let me tell you something. I have done a great service to the American people. I got him to release a birth certificate that he should have done 3 years ago and 4 years ago, and he didn't do it. And if you remember, he said, oh, no, there's no such thing as a birth certificate. It doesn't matter. They don't have it. There is no such thing. He was saying the certificate of live birth was the only thing that mattered. Hawaii doesn't have that. All of a sudden, Hawaii has it? Sort of strange.
He said he didn't think he needed to release it.
Excuse me. He kept saying about the certificate of live birth was all they have.
It should be good enough.
Excuse me, John. He kept saying the certificate of live birth was all they have in Hawaii. They don't have birth certificates in Hawaii. And I said he was wrong. Guess what? I turned out to be right.
Today he said that he felt he would reverse himself and release this because of the distraction he blamed on sideshows and carnival barkers. And as people say, he means you.
Look, well, that's okay. And I will tell you, we have a president that's incompetent. We have a president who is doing a terrible job. We have a president that has fuel oil and fuel prices and gasoline prices going to $6, $7, and $8, and people can't even fill up a tank of gas now because they don't have the money. And we have OPEC making more money than any group of countries has ever made in the history of the world. We have China taking our jobs and ripping us off, and we have a president that gives the head of China a party at the White House. We have a president that's incompetent.
You don't consider yourself a sideshow or a carnival barker, I assume.
I am a very serious person. I am a person that has made great wealth. I have built up a great company. And if and when I decide to run, and you may be pleasantly surprised in your case, in the case of CNN, you may be unpleasantly surprised, I'll be announcing sometime prior to June. Not only will I be announcing something that I think a lot of people will be happy, because I feel I formed something in my own mind as to what I want to do. But as you know, if I announce, I have to present very detailed information on wealth, cash, the banks,
you told Elliot Spitzer this week that if Obama released this, if the president released this, you would release your tax returns.
Well, I don't know what I told Elliot Spitzer. I look at Elliot Spitzer. Excuse me. I'll be doing my tax returns at the appropriate time. I haven't even announced yet.
You said this was missing. You had investigators said it was missing. You're questioning the character and integrity of the president
himself.
Let me finish. I'll let you finish.
John.
You're questioning the character and integrity of the president of the United States.
The president himself.
There's a CNN poll that shows you in a dead heat with the president of the United States.
There's
no poll. We've never polled.
I'll give it to you. I'll give it to you.
We have never polled Obama versus Trump.
Yes, you have. Oh, really? Do you want it? Can I show it to you? Can I show it to you?
Yeah, I'd love to see it.
Excuse me, hold it. Can you get that poll? It was like 42 to 44. A CNN poll.
CNN has never polled Obama.
Okay, that's fine. Let's see if you're right or wrong. Okay? CNN, it had it like a 42 to 44 was a statistical dead heat. Check it. You know the one I'm talking about, Michael? Okay, I think you're wrong. Of course, you're not going to show that because if you are wrong, you'll cut it out. Excuse me. If you are wrong, if you are wrong, you'll cut it out. You're wrong.
No, if I'm wrong, I look the camera in the eye and say, I made a mistake, I'm wrong.
Good. I hope you do that. I mean, I hope you do that. Okay, next question.
But we're not wrong. We told the Trump people if they could produce evidence of that poll, we'd be happy to correct the record. We also rechecked with our polling department and our polling director specifically. The Trump people never got back to us. And this is why. We're positive. CNN never conducted such a poll. More of my interview with the possible presidential candidate coming up.